Welcome back to another season 2 of Kaught Talking Show. I'm here with Peter and Danny. All right. So
Finally,
we start doing it. All right. We're too busy with business, so we couldn't actually sit down and give you some little time with you guys. So go ahead, Peter. Start with the show today.
Major League season just started, and we got like new surprise. A lot of one team, one weekend start hitting big home runs. So everybody thought they were cheating, but no, they're not. They're using a new bat.
New bat.
They call the Torpedo bat.
Torpedo bat.
What do you think about the Torpedo bat, the new bat, Danny?
Well, I think it's cheating at first. So I saw them like, damn, they're cheating, right? But no, I mean, it seems legit to the MLB. MLB says it's fine. It's under the legal batting dimension of the MLB. And I think it's, we just got to wait and see how other teams develop their bats and start hitting slam home runs, and we'll find out from there. But according to the Torpedo bat, it's been around for years now. It just I think Stanton used it last year.
Yeah, in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, so nobody noticed until they start smashing home runs. I think it's 15 home runs in 3 games. So it was like, wow. Like there's something going on. They check the bats.
Everybody thought they're cheating.
The shape of the bat, Torpedo bat. I mean, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to have a picture right there on the podcast there in the video. It's just a regular bat. So imagine the regular baseball bat. It's just the sweet spot. It's now concentrated more on where the hitter can hit the ball. All right. So let's say if the bat is like this, pretty much like this wide, fat, right? So now it's this meter right here, all the same dimension, going from bigger to small. And then what happened is, let's say if you hit it mostly here, they go and make sure the bat will be a lot fatter here than on the other dimensions they have on the bat. So we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, because they're pro players, so they hit the ball at the same spot most of the time. 99% of the time, they hit in that spot, so they concentrated the most wood in that part of the bat.
So make it more solid.
Make it more solid. And it's working for them. So I think there's a couple of players that try and didn't work for them. I think one player
there's a few players. Yeah, there's a few players
from one game and didn't work for them, and they just. I think Aaron Judge from the Yankees, he said he don't like it, so he
haven't used the Torpedo bat.
No, he haven't used
it. So all his home run is legit MLB bats for now. But I guess he doesn't like. I mean, it's hard to hit it. Even with regular bats, it's hard to hit the sweet spot. But now having the Torpedo bat, it narrows the misses, so you can't really miss that much. Otherwise, you're gonna hit it bad or weak, right? So you gotta hit in the sweet spot. So you gotta be more accurate. And I guess MLB players, they're very accurate. So play every day. We don't. So for our Sunday leagues, forget about Torpedo bat. Ain't gonna do no good.
I'm going to buy one.
You going to buy one? You going to try one? I don't know. If you're going to try one, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
No, but I saw an interview of Fernando Tati Jr., and they were asking him about the Torpedo bat. And he's like, oh, I haven't heard nothing about it. And he said, like, you need to send them here to, I think he paid for the project. He said, you got to send them here, and plus, we need to get the field. We need to play in that Yankee field too.
So Yankee
I don't know
Stadium,
what he was trying to say about that.
I think he's trying to say what, Little League Stadium for the Yankees. Now those Yankees fans, hey, hear me out, okay? Hear me out. You got to know that dimension, the right field, left field, they're kind of narrow a little bit compared to other field. We just got to be realistic to that. But I love y'all, okay? I love y'all. Don't hate on the comments, please. Thank you. Torpedo bats, right? The MLB commissioner, I think it's like a few hours before we actually recording this video right now, he came out and said that he actually loved the Torpedo bat. He said it's going to be
illegal.
No, I thought it was going to be illegal.
We just talk about this and now it's just illegal.
He said like, no, it's not illegal. Actually illegal. They want the bat to be, I guess, is give more actions to the games, more people, more attract the people coming in and be like, oh, there's a lot of home runs, a lot of hits, there's a lot of that. So I guess that's what he wants the games to be. So for now, he's saying that, yes, Torpedo bat is going to change the game. It's good for the game.
And more money.
More money.
You see every little league going to have a Torpedo bat.
Yeah.
$250.
even though, I don't know, it's going to be hard for us to use the Torpedo bat. And we might try it out. We might get one and try it out for you guys and see how we do. Even though we're rusty, a year and a half without playing baseball.
Rusty.
We both are rusty.
Still in my prime.
Optimus Prime. Yeah, we're rusty. So changing to that topic, we just gotta know if whoever's viewing, we're sponsored by Kaught Looking Barbershop. If you're in Naples, around the area of Florida, best barbershop here in Naples, check us out in the website on the link below. Kaught Looking Barbershop, the best. We talk about baseball, any sport. We like sport. We're very competitive. We're the ones that you want to see to get fresh and also to talk about sports and stay up to date. All right.
We're happy that baseball is starting back up. I see Boston.
Ooh.
It's going to have a great season, I believe.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Finally, they're winning. So
the
that's
Yankees
good.
are playing good.
So it's going to be a good match.
Dodgers are playing good too.
Yeah.
Padres started really good.
Payroll.
And the Phillies, they're doing good as well. Mets, another big one up there.
Mets are doing pretty good, yeah.
And the big surprise, I think, will be San Francisco.
It's the Giants. They're winning games.
They're
Believe it or not, even though they're tied, they're still like...
They're tied with, I think, with the Dodgers, or they're ahead of the Dodgers.
They're
tied.
I think they're right in there because the Dodgers started winning, undefeated, and they end up losing 2 games already, right? They already have lost 2 games. But, hey, that's impressive, though. You know, start the season like that, you just got to be, keep doing the same thing over and over and start winning more games. Boston, at one point, I'm like, yes, they did some move off the season, so that was great. It was awesome. I'm like, now this is the good year for Boston. And they started winning the first one. I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Peter and I were like, yes. Eventually start losing 4 games straight. And I'm like, no, Denver wasn't hitting at all. That was a worse start, right? But there's another player, trying to think who it was. He's a good player, but he's also in a slump. He only had 1 hit over like 14, 17 at bat. No, I think it was... No, it wasn't, not in Boston. It was in another team. But he's a good player, though. He's a good player. I can't remember his name right now in my mind. But I was looking at the Big District, and I was going to choose him for the hit. I'm like, no, hell no. He only got 1 hit out of 17. I'm like, nah, get away from that. Get away from that. You don't want that.
So far this week, I know it's early in the season. Who is the biggest disappointment so far that you like? Wow, which team?
For player or team?
Team.
For team, biggest disappointment, I would want to say the Braves.
Yeah.
The Braves had lost me a couple parlays, and man, I just want to choke the Braves. You know, because in reality, we were talking about the Dodgers winning 7 and not losing nothing. Now for the Braves, it was backwards. So you were like not winning nothing and losing 7, and it was tough because imagine being a Brave fans, and we have some clients that they're Brave fan, hardcore Brave fan, and I will show you a video on the flag that they have given us. Donation flags, and he was sad. It was sad because if you're a fan of a team and they doing poorly like that, in reality they have the capability, right? They have the players, they have everything, the talent, everything on paper. They're scored up, and they doing this action that they're losing. It's like, ugh. It's sad. It's sad, but hopefully they pick it up. They already won their first game against Miami. They lost the following one, but it's okay. They will pick it up. They will pick it up, definitely, for sure. They will pick it up.
The big money, $500 million.
Oh, you got Guerrero Jr. Yeah, Guerrero Jr. Man, making the money. Man, so ain't going nowhere. Good. He's going to stay with Toronto, I guess.
Do you think he's deserved the $500 million? Do you think any player, any sport person deserve that type kind of money, or you think it's overpaid? Or
I don't follow Guerrero like closely to say that he's worth. I mean, I know he can hit.
I'm talking like in general. Like for example, Soto, he just got paid 700.
Soto got overpaid.
Ohtani 700.
Ohtani,
do you think any person deserves that kind of money? Like any player deserves that? That helping the team, or that destroying the sport, or
that destroying? How helping the players for sure, but for us, the fan, destroying us, because then we gotta pay $200 for a ticket, $300 for parking. Exaggeration there.
$300 for parking.
Yes, exaggeration. Where am I parking? I'm parking at first base.
You park inside the stadium?
Yeah, VIP parking, man. Make a little tour around the baseball field, but it's hurting us. I think it's hurting us.
I remember like back when I was a little kid going to the stadium, like your dad take you, right, and you buy the ticket right there in the stadium. You don't have to buy it online, like on the phone. You just go there and they give you like this paper ticket. It was like $5, $3. I was like,
but the process of doing that,
yeah,
going
the process, like seeing a person in the cashier there, and they give you, oh, what do you want to see? Oh, this, okay, here it is. That was like,
and give you the receipt, the paper receipt, and you like smell the smell of the receipt, the paper printed, and then going to the field, everybody like
the stadium. Like now you feel like you're going to a hotel. You know, when you go to a stadium, I still feel like I like enjoying the game, but when you go to a stadium right now, it doesn't feel like the same anymore. You feel like you're going to a Disney park. I don't know.
Could be, yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, now technology is evolving.
Yeah,
they change. The game is not, and for viewers, they're, you know, back then they watched baseball back then before all this new technology, you know, evolved eventually. They probably, we ask them, we got clients that we ask them, hey, how's it feel back then versus now when you were as a kid going back to the Yankee Stadium or any stadium back then versus now? It's like, oh, back then it was, you know, the experience, it was phenomenal. It was something different than now. Like before, they say you watch the game 100%. Here now you're more focused on TV here than this and that, and it's a lot of distraction around, and you know, not just the baseball game. But some new people like us, I like the new environment. You know, I wish I would have been in the back environment, but we have the one we have now, and I experienced some in Cuba. You know, the experience was nice watching the new uniform, every uniform of the team. You're like, oh my God, this is nice. And I still have some memories of when I was a little kid, and our dad take us to the baseball field. And like I said, you know, baseball have changed, stadiums have changed, and going back to the topic, he's hurting us as a fan because then we got to pay more. That way the team can pay those players. And there's some players that I think, in my opinion, they are overpaid. They're not paid for what they're doing in the field. Like Ohtani, I get it. Right? Ohtani, he can hit, he can pitch, and he do both of them 100% top five. Too. And he can Don't get me on that, okay? Don't censor us, okay? Yes. So, but then if you go for Soto, yeah, Soto can hit. He's explosive. He can do damage to the opponent and wherever team he's playing. I've seen him. He's phenomenal. The only problem with him is not overall defense-wise. He's not that great. Arm, not that great. The only thing, even running is not that great. He's not fast like Speedy or whatever. Like, oh, this guy can fly at least, you know. So he can, you know. Not that I'm criticizing him, but he not worth the amount of money that they pay him to be, you know. And we're gonna start seeing more contract. They'll be like, whoa, this guy paying what? Eventually, we'll go up to $1 billion. Who knows, right? Well, at this rate we're going, shit, we'll be paying $500 for a ticket then. And just to sit on the bleacher back then, you know, back on top. So I think it's hurting us, the pain that they're paying now in the MLB. That would be my opinion. I don't know what you got.
So it is a business at the end of the day. So you don't know those guys that, you know, as a player like Soto, you said that he's not a great fielder, but probably they sell a lot of jerseys. So
true.
They can make money out of it.
Good point.
And I mean, Soto overpay.
Soto overpay. Hey, Soto, if you're watching this, come in, man. We cut you here, bro. It's okay. Hey, listen. Okay.
How you gonna come in when you just call him overpay?
Hey, no, but he's good. Good for him, but not good for us. You know what I'm saying? Good for him, not good for us. But in the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. We're not going to do any change here by saying anything.
No. Back to that topic. I think no one in there is overpaid because, like I say, it's a business, and those guys pay that money for a reason. They know what they're doing. They're not there for losing money.
True.
They're there to make money. So those teams that paid Soto, whoever paid Soto at the Mets, they know what they're doing. They know they're going to get the money back. And eventually, with, you know, all those, like you said, they're going to raise the price of the ticket. They're going to get money. They're going to triple that money, I bet you. Like,
it's like investment. They invest, they know they're going to get more value back.
They know what they're doing.
They know the numbers. That's what they're doing. True.
Otherwise, they wouldn't pay.
Yeah. Very, very true. Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Well, now technology. What do you talk about what we saw in spring training when the players go like this?
Oh, the check strikes and ball challenge AI. I think that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think because when I first saw it in spring training, I'm like, you know what? What's this? What the heck is this? Oh, this is cool. Oh, they can challenge now. Okay, how many? 2 challenge per team, and they only get 2 challenge. If they get it wrong, that's it. But I'm going to explain it real quick, and then I'm going to see where's the flaw that I don't really like about it. So I like it because now you can challenge, and there's some close call that the umpires, we're human after all, they can say, okay, it was a strike, it wasn't a ball. But then you have the technology, which I seen, and we already seen in spring training, even though just a tiny bit of the baseball touches the line of the square, the strike zone, touches that, it's an automatic strike. That's catching the strike zone, what they used to say in the days, right? And still says now in baseball. And they call it strike. If it doesn't miss, if it's a ball, it's a ball, and they can go back, and there's been calls that I'll be like, okay, so the guy strike out, but in reality didn't strike out because it was a ball, close call, whatever. My only thing is they only get 2 per teams, and let's say I'm batting before you, and I say, you know what, I'm going to strike out here. So I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to challenge this call multiple times until I get it right. Right? So I get it wrong twice. Now Peter comes in and he gets strike out. Done. And then he couldn't challenge because I took them both. So I don't know who actually in charge. If the team say, hey, choose it, or they vote. I don't know. But I think that's the 2
But then the team won't. Because the money is in the dugout, it's hard to see if it's a ball.
Right. So
the one who need to challenge, we think is the player, like the catcher, in case
the catcher is
ball, or the
pitcher,
batter.
Catcher, and the batter. Those are the 3 allows to call it in, right? But if I can be greedy and say, I ain't striking out. I don't know about Peter, but I'm not going to strike out here.
I'm going to work my money.
I'm going to work those 2 out. Check this one. No, check the other one.
Check that, just in case. Check that one.
So then it's not fair for the other 8 players that still need to bat, That's the only downside. But other than that, no, I like it. I did enjoy it, and I think it's a good feature that they're going to add to the MLB.
I like it and I don't like it. I'm in between. Because when you take that from the umpires, sometimes the umpire make a bad decision, but sometimes it's part of the game. Make the game.
Those bad decisions can help you. Those bad decisions.
You know what
sometimes.
I mean? They can help you. They can go against you. But for example, there was another what happened in a game before. I think it was the Cardinals. The players sarcastic. They were doing the checking thing in the regular season that is not allowed anymore. Mm-hmm. So the umpire said, whoever does that again is going to get ejected.
Oh my gosh!
So you know how many calls that umpire missed that game? Take a guess.
70%.
No, I don't know the percentage.
How many bad calls?
They said the number. How many bad calls he had? Damn. They were doing like this. A couple of players did like this.
So we're not spring training no more.
And then the guy got mad at him. Whoever does that again is going to get out of here.
Out of here. Oh,
because I'm not having that. That's disrespectful.
It is going to be something disrespectful.
So how many bad calls you think he had?
Probably 20.
That was good. 22.
22? Oh, all right, 20 is a good number, okay, to start.
I think he saw the news.
22. No, actually, I didn't saw the news. This is the first time I hear it here. So that's good that you actually.
I mean, some umpires that make bad decisions like they shouldn't make. They make it.
But that's
on purpose.
Could be on purpose. And one thing is true. They're betting, a lot of betting going on, so you never know if
you
those
think betting.
Yeah, I go back to every single episode. If you go back to our channel here in YouTube channel called Looking Barbershop, and you check all the episodes that we mostly every episode we're talking about betting, because that's what everybody's doing right now. Bet. Even though you say I'm going to bet, but then you throw a $10 in, $5 in, and you're still betting, right, at the end of the day. And I think a lot of people are betting, and you never know those umpires if they're actually betting. Who knows, right? I saw a picture that I sent you guys the other day about the soccer. FIFA. They have the VAR, the VAR technology. So you have a bunch of probably like a squad or a team sitting in somewhere else, like
where they review the play.
Where they review the play. So they have multiple monitors, and they looking to see where the replay's at. And if they catch anything, they talk to the umpire, say, "Hey, listen, the referee, hey, you got it. This what happened," and they have to go check it. Well, they snap a picture of the camera that actually watching them in the broadcast in the room, and you see one of the guy holding the phone, and it was looking through the app, or betting app, right? Now, I wasn't sure if he was actually betting, but he was actually looking through that betting app. So they say he got suspended. They didn't follow through what the final news was. But I'm like, man, sometimes you got to be careful who you're betting for, because you never know if they're betting. They probably are betting. We're at the end of the day, we're human beings. Even though we have the official referee that you can't bet, you never know, right? You never know. So I think technology will change that, right? We need AI. We're actually having more AI now to this day that I think is a good
So you
future.
want to eliminate the umpires? And just put
Not
AI?
completely, but what they're doing now is, I think, is good, because even though the umpires, after those two, if you get it wrong, that say you don't challenge no more, he can do whatever afterwards, But if you have those, keys at bat, or keys that they're called close call that might help you to take advantage of the game or tie the game, you need those there, because the umpire sometimes they can be emotional in the game and they'll be like, oh, even though they're not supposed to. But at the end of the day, we're humans, so we get emotion, even though we try to be professional too. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a nice future that eventually next year is going to hit MLB, right? And so people can challenge the play. I think it's good, solid. Now, last but not least, right? There was a incident happening in the opening day Yankee Stadium. There's a family. The two of them were wearing Mets with Soto on the back of their jersey, and the fans, Yankee fans, they're wild. They got mad. They got mad and they said, "Yo, what the heck?" They didn't see the officially audio, what they actually were saying, but they see the video. They're walking out, escorted from the Yankee, stadium staff, and they were actually getting kicked out of the game. And I came to Peter and said, "Hey, yo, what the heck is this?" And Peter like, "Oh no." So he had a different opinion. And my opinion is, if I pay for the ticket, I don't think there should be like a restriction of what I'm going to wear. If I want to wear, another team. I know there's people I know they're hurt because Soto went from Yankee to Mets. I know everything, all that. I understand. But I think if I want to wear a jersey, whatever, and the family were half Yankees and probably half Mets fans. So there's been family that my wife, she's a Mets. I'm a Yankee. I'm Boston. They have a mix, and that's good. That's great, because at the end of the day, it's a fun sport. So you go in a stadium, you wear your team, support your team. I'm going to support my team. But even though the Mets were not playing the Yankees, it was Milwaukee, the Brewers. But that would be my opinion. I think if I pay my ticket, they should leave me the F alone, and I can, without being disrespectful, I just watch the game and whatever. Now, they were disrespectful. If they were the one who started it, I didn't know. All I know is I saw the video. They were walking out, and people were like, and there was a lot of things were going around that. So, Peter, you take it from here. Let me know what you think.
Who started it? How do you go to a Yankee game wearing a Mets jersey? I mean, come on. You're just insulting those fans.
But
so you're going to get insult back. Like, you don't go to like a Boston game with a Yankees jersey when the Yankees not even playing. You're going to get like, because that's like an insult.
That's an insult. But there's a dressing code. I don't think there's a dressing code.
No, there's not a dressing code.
Right.
I mean, it's like freedom of speech, but I cannot tell you like offend you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how those Yankee fans they felt. Like, those guys going with a Met jersey for a Yankee game when the Met, they're not even playing there. Wait until the Yankees play the Mets and they wear and take it. But I don't think that's right. Like, you don't go, like, that's disrespectful to the fan. Like, there is like a double behind that, like,
yeah,
you say like, they're not wearing just to wear. They go there to insult those fans.
Maybe. Like I say, maybe. Now, I think you got a good point. I like it. I like Peter's point of view.
I mean,
but
that's the right point.
But I think if I see somebody walking, I don't know. I just me. If I go to Rex, I'm a Boston fan. We're a Boston fan, Rexos fan. If we go to a Rexos game, and even though they're not playing the Yankees, and you got somebody dressed up as a Yankee, I don't give a shit. You can wear whatever.
Shit out of that guy.
I don't care, bro. We're here to enjoy the game. As long as you enjoy the game, you're not being disrespectful. I don't give a shit. But there's some hardcore. Have you ever had the experience that you were at something that in a wrong city or? That's what I'm trying to get in there, bro. Like you were something that you're not supposed inappropriate, and people are like saying shit about.
Never happened.
Never happened.
Never.
You want to share your experience, sir?
We went. Well, let me tell you, that happened to me, and it happened by accident.
It was an accident.
It was a couple years back. Me and Danny, we went to Boston to watch a game there. We got invited to watch a game there in the Yankees against the Red Sox, and we so excited. It was only for a couple days, and the game was awesome, everything nice. But I had LeBron, when LeBron went to the Lakers, I bought like a T-shirt.
Laker T-shirt, yeah.
Laker T-shirt. And I'm not a Laker fan, or not even LeBron. It's just the color, the yellow with the purple. And it was a lot on the news, so I saw it. And I think
it was eye-catching. You like, I like this shirt, I buy it, I put it on.
I think it was a discount, 30% off. I said, I bought it.
Take it.
And it looked good on me. You know, I feel like it looked good on me. So I take it with me, and I put it on Boston City. So we went out to.
You already know.
I remember it was the last night we were spent there, so I told Danny, hey, let's go eat in this pizzeria. There was a
Regina Pizzeria.
One
they were
time
telling me
recommended
about.
me and said, if you go to Boston, you gotta try that pizza, the best in Boston. So I said, okay. I put in my Google map. We go there. When I jump in the Uber, the guy turned around and he's like, oh, what's the name of that female perfume?
What?
And I was like, what are you talking about? You know, like, I'm lost. And then he's like, oh, no, nothing. Because he was saying, like, joking around. But I didn't get the joke.
We didn't get the joke.
I don't know what was happening. So he didn't want to continue because, I started beating him up there. It was 2 against 1.
So he's like, let me quiet down.
So let me quiet down, do my job. And so he's like, no, nothing. My mistake. Yeah, sorry. And that's it. He takes us to a pizzeria. We're in the line, and I see people looking at me. And, staring at me. I'm like, I look good, but, not so good.
Yeah, I have to keep staring at me.
All those guys and women looking at me like weird. And then they look at me and say, oh, nice shirt. I was like, oh, thanks. And me, I was ignorant. I didn't know what was going on. Until I sit down, eating the pizza, and I'm thinking, like, there's something going on.
Well, they sit us next to the
trash.
The trash can, too.
Yeah, next to the trash.
So the pizza were actually coming out from the big rectangular thing from the kitchen.
When they throw the garbage so that everybody eating pizza, we were sitting next to it. So we see the people throwing the plate next to us. And I was like, man, like, there's something going on here. Kashi, like, we've been, like, pushed out, like. And I take my phone out, and I Google the big rivalry in basketball. And the first thing come out, Lakers and Celtics. I was like, oh, my God.
All I know was, like, Peter was like, hey, Danny.
We got to go.
Let's go. I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't feel good. We were supposed to walk back to the hotel.
Yeah, because
to enjoy the last night of the city. First time in Boston, we've never been, so it was kind of great. The weather was great.
The weather was nice.
In July, and Peter's like, no, we're going to pick an over right now, and we get the hell out of here. I'm like, what? So when he got to the hotel, he's like, you know why they were doing all this? Check this out. And show me the phone, and let's see, like, Lakers versus Celtics. I'm like, no way, bro. You're wearing a Lakers shirt.
That was like crazy how the.
But it was an accident.
It was an accident. You didn't know. We're not even in a game.
Yeah.
It wasn't like even walking outside. That was insane. Until this day, I haven't worn that shirt again.
So you like, I'm going hanging out.
That's it. I never wore the shirt.
I would have done the same.
I hate LeBron, Lakers,
everything. Yeah, there's.
By the way, who is better, LeBron or Jordan?
Well, that's an interesting topic, and thank you that you're asking it right now. We're actually going to have an episode with another gentleman. We're not going to say the name because he want to go on the cover, and we're going to talk about why or who's better, LeBron or Jordan, and this will be the final debate. Like, after that episode, there shouldn't be no more talking who's better, Jordan or LeBron, because we're going to give everything that we got, and he's going to bring everything that he got, and of course, it's going to be a battering here. So make sure you subscribe and notification on. That way when we actually drop that video up, you will watch it, be the first one to watch it. And you can also be in the fight too and comment what you think and what we missed too also. That was a good point.
And then to finish that story in Boston, what happened in Boston, we get to a hotel, I take the shirt off, and I was like, oh my God, ruining my night. You know, it was like, not ruining my night, but it was like uncomfortable. So the next day we go into airport, I put a Jordan's t-shirt.
Sweater. It was a Jordan sweater.
It was a Jordan sweater?
I think it was a sweater, yeah.
Okay, it was a sweater.
Black sweater
Black
with
sweater.
red Jordan logo.
With Jordan logo. When I get to the airport, there's a guy like, oh, what a nice shirt you got. And I go like, nah, you guys hate Jordan too?
You hate Jordan?
He's like, no, I like it. I was like,
They're very tough in those cities, man. They're very toxic.
like here in Florida, you don't see that.
No.
Here in Florida, you can wear anything.
You chill. Yeah, I guess because everybody migrates to Florida, so they different state, different.
And they don't
teams.
care about the home team no more. Like they don't care about
they don't care
Marlins,
Marlins. Nah, they don't care Miami.
I think they care more about college. Like actually tonight, Florida is playing.
Florida, you got any picks for tonight?
Florida.
We're not telling you guys to bet on this, but this is what we think of the bets. Who you got tonight? Florida all the way. I think Duke. They
either could win or lose.
Either or. So bet if win or lose. Is whatever you choose is 50-50. So you're good. We give you 50-50 chance. Which side? Well, I guess this is it for the first season 2 of Kaught Talking Show. Again, we're sponsored by Kaught Looking Barbershop. If you guys want to get a haircut, want to look fresh, feel fresh, this is the barbershop here in Naples, Florida. You can look us up in here in the link in the bio below and check us out. Keep watching, support us, hit the like, comment, tell us what you think, share to your friends if you like the topic.
Hey,
good.
If you want to be in the podcast, let us know.
Let us know. We invite you here. We sit down with you and we
debate.
Talk. Yeah, we talk. Whatever you like to talk about, we talk.
Who's better, Jordan or LeBron?
Who's better, right? You comment in the section and let us know.
Who's better, Ohio or Michigan?
Ohio? H.O.?
Io.
Hey, I know you're watching.
Then he's a Michigan fan, by the way. We always divide.
We always got to be, controversy, and that's what really
Cowboy fan, Eagles fan.
You name it, bro. You name it. We got so many clients that they have different, different teams. So we just got to be all over the place too, and following their team. That way we can talk about what we don't like, what we didn't like, and go back and forth. And that's what makes barbering so good. That's what makes the barbershop good. Because when you have everybody in unique, that's good word there. And when you got everybody connected and be on the same page and synchronized, everything goes smooth. And so far we're working on it, and we're still need to improve a lot for sure. We're still improving every day. There's no.
They even improve in Major League. They just come out with a new bat.
Well, yeah, like if you grab a baseball bat, you're like, what can we improve here, right?
And they just come out. And they was impressed.
Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, that was good. So thank you very much, you guys. And until next episode drops in, hit the like button, subscribe, follow us, or don't follow us. Don't do whatever. We appreciate your help.
Whatever,
do whatever. But we'll definitely love that like button. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Today's Monday. We'll see what happens tonight in Florida if they beat. If they beat. So if they win or not. So
I predict 72 to 68.
72 to 68. Florida. We'll see where right. I'm going to do probably 76 to 71. We'll see who's right. Peace.